You have to count me in. Hello everyone. Welcome to tonight's edition of Team Fortress TV cast video games. My name is WARHURYEAH. I'm joined tonight by Frysk, and we have this nerd on the camera called gemm. What we're going to be watching today is possibly the game of the season, and this is just because Sevens has kicked AMS, so they're going to win now in a clear fashion. So we're left with these guys. This is top5rocket. Is it? I think it is.
Yes,
we're casting this one? Yeah. We haven't properly introduced you yet. This is top5rocket versus Arctic Foxes. And as said, I'm joined by Frysk. Hello Frysk, you may speak.
Thank you, War. That was a wonderful intro, I must say.
Thanks.
But yeah, this is a pretty good matchup. As you said, match of the season, perhaps. It's certainly going to be a close game.
It will be. We have two delightful teams, one of which is new, the other of which is not as new, older by a bit, a season. We have Arctic Foxes. Let's run down through the rosters. If you can flash me up some of them on screen, please, gemm. Waiting. I see a spiral. Whoa! Production. Look at that. On cue. With only a few seconds delay.
That was wonderful. How about you take us through Arctic Foxes, War?
Wow. So these Arctic Foxes, given to their name after the animal, as you may know. We have Raptor on medic. Adam, that guy's retarded because he killed me. Rasek on Demoman. Feeling on pocket. DD5F on Roma. These are arranged poorly, I will admit. And we have Shocky and what I can only imagine is Sawaikaz on Scout.
Sawaikaz.
Sawaikaz on Scout. So these are the Arctic Foxes rapscallions. These guys are, well, yeah, this is the first season in Prem. They managed to get here after winning the playoffs convincingly, some would say. They've got some pretty meaty players in there, mainly Shocky and Feeling, flanked by the omnipresent Shovel of DD5F and some other three that I haven't heard of before.
Yeah, we don't really care about them.
I have heard about them. Yeah.
We just care about the Scouts and DD5F.
Yeah, I'm being rude. Raptor, I believe, has had a stint in Prem already, if I'm not mistaken. I'm incredibly out of touch as I type his name into ETF2L and I quickly browse for his...
I think he did play for Planet Express one season. Maybe like a season or two ago. But he's back playing for Arctic Foxes, and so far I guess it's been going pretty well for him. I mean, Arctic Foxes won both their weeks so far. They had a close game against Lemmings last week, actually. I think they took it to a golden cap.
Yeah, they did. That was quite a disappointing game for them, I feel, because they should be a lot better. And they should have done a lot better against Lemmings. So for them to win in such a close fashion is something that surprised me quite a bit. I thought they would roll them. Yeah, you're right. Raptor did play in for Planet Express. So he does have experience. They obviously have Adam, who doesn't, as along with Seekers. Is it Psychers? Seekers?
I'll be calling them Psychers anyway.
Alright, I'll be just echoing that. So if I'm wrong, you're wrong. And yeah, so I'm not sure about Feeling. I've got a feeling that he might have once. Let me just browse for his Premiership history if there is any.
I don't think he's played in Prem, but
oh wait, he has for DD5F. So they played in Prem as well.
That was last season, I believe, wasn't it?
No, that was season 23, mate.
Wow, gotta get my history right.
He played for Danger Dogs, though, in an official last season. I should know because I played in that. and he was our medic, whereas now he's playing soldier, and he's a pretty good soldier. I've been impressed with his performances. It's really, really good. He's quite dominating and commanding. On the other side of the pond, which isn't really a reference here because most of these guys are German, we have top5rocket EU, which is these guys are, I would say, are my personal favourites. I think they're going to do really well this season because they have some mad good players, specifically Korvac, because that guy pwns.
I think everybody on top5rocket pwns, and it's good to see another French U team in Prem.
I don't know, actually, yeah, to be honest, we always, whenever I play against them, we lose, so yeah, they probably all do pwn, but Korvac, I believe, as the kids say it, is always on my dick. So I'd imagine that he will be on Adam's genitalia all night to try and sort of thwart his attempts of going over in between these two teams. I would say that pretty much it might be a game down to the demo end, because Adam's very good. He's got DM heavy, but he's incredibly what's the word? He's tiltable, and from playing, I know it's only mixes, but you can kind of gather people's habits where he does kind of whinge a bit, which isn't the best thing that you want from your gamers in your team. You kind of want everybody to be chill at all times. Now, obviously, he's playing with Feeling, who may not allow such a thing, but it does sort of expect to rear its head. But I believe on the head-to-head side, I was saying that maybe just because of Shoki's mediocre performances previously, hasn't lived up to his Epsilon days, but he's been playing a lot better and improving rapidly. Maybe the scouts have it slightly ahead in between the two. The soldiers from top 5 stand out to me a lot more because they are incredibly aggressive as a duo, so I'd expect that we'll be seeing like awesome cool double soldier bombs. The only thing that I think Arctic Foxes have really good going, well, have something that's going for them really well, is probably Feeling, who's, as I said, very dominating. So
yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't like, I still give a lot of credit to their scouts. I mean, Shaki and Psychos, from what I've seen so far this season, have actually been playing quite well. But I mean, it will be interesting to see how they'll match up against Blade and Neo. But I think I'd give it to Shaki and Psychos.
Let me see. Top 5, they beat Champ GG in the last game by overall points received on ETF2L. And Champ GG have like pretty much some of the best. Well, like what was actually, let me think, because Stark left, they would be like the second best scout combo. They might sort of have a shoe in, but Poopscary is like wrecking nerds in 7 as well. So I would say they definitely got the second best scout duo, and they managed to beat them. So it's certainly like within their reach. This actually might be a case of, based on the previous game, they could actually stomp or really, really dominate Arctic Foxes. It just depends on some of the players and how they are going to cope with their lack of experience. I noticed that there's an STV in chat and I've completely ignored it.
That's a good call, Lore. I can solo cast, no problem.
Is it started? Have I missed it and just rambled on? Are we 2 rounds in?
No, I believe they're just changing the map right now.
Rubbish, there's only 7 players. Yeah, there's 7 players on the server. What a load of pogwash. Anyway, one thing that does stand out for me is Psychers' cosmetic loadout. He does light up like a Christmas tree.
Do you think that'll help him in the long run here for
maybe
cosmetics?
Gemm, can we get him on the camera so we can offer him some fashion advice? I mean, I don't know about the worth of these items, but maybe someone with trading prowess could tell me. But he seems like he's, I believe the children say, lit with swag.
Yeah, I think you'd be correct about that, War. But I'd like to talk about the medics for both these teams.
Rubbish.
I mean, Raptor, I think, as you said, has already been in Prem. I'm not actually sure about Ombrack. Has he been in Prem?
Pretty sure he played last season.
I can't remember, honestly. But
I played against him. I should remember. Hold on.
Who, between these two medics, who would you give it to in terms of mechanical skill?
Well, Raptor's got like loads of it, but that's the thing. Mechanical skill doesn't really mean a whole lot, if I'm honest. It means it could be flashy, but you kind of need the game sense to go to back it up. You know, Ombrack did play medic last season, so yeah, he's got the XP. So you know, I mean, Ombrack's never really been like a very flashy medic when I played with him. Raptor has when I've played against him. He's very good at surfing and dodging. So mechanical wise, it will probably be Raptor, but you kind of want decent decision making because Raymond is okay mechanically. You know, he's not the best that's, you know, kind of like ever played, but something that makes him really good is his decision making, which equates to like an insane amount of survivability. So you know, they don't necessarily, they're not mutually exclusive. You can trade off some parts.
So do you think that could be a big factor then, these medics in this game? I mean, as you mentioned, top 5 rocket soldiers, that aggression, maybe Raptor might not be able to deal with that.
So that's going to be tricky because I think it just comes down to everybody in your team. And I think when people sort of say, oh, this person's going to be jumped by these two people, will he survive? It's like, well, it's not just really down to something as simple as that. It depends on who he's got around him. And unless he's going to be in an occasion where he's 2v1 soldiers, we're never going to know. I think it's mainly a case of whether or not he gives them a clear opportunity for them to jump him. I see, well, for me mainly, both of the soldier combo are really good on just sort of like providing relentless aggression. They just kind of, from playing against them, it's kind of disturbingly coordinated, where you will just sort of be arriving to mid or into just like a section you're preparing to hold, and they just drop.
Well, seeing as the first map is Process, I mean, pretty soldier centric map. I guess both soldier combos are going to have to turn up, I suppose. Maybe going to be the deciding factor for this map.
I think it also relies on scouts as well, because there's going to be a lot of space for soldiers to jump. There's going to be a lot of emphasis on scouts denying those soldiers. It's going to depend on who can basically hit their shots and hit their jumps and come up with fancy skip jumps that, you know, everybody can do, but, you know, apparently it's a special trait these days. Yeah,
well, I think we will be going live pretty shortly, but before we go, War, give me a prediction for this map.
I'm going to say 3-1 to top 5.
I'd say that's pretty fair. I'll give it 3-2 to Arctic Foxes, just to be contrarian.
Dick.
But these players have readied up. We're going to be starting Process in just a few moments. If you are just joining us, this is the ETF2L Season 26 Premiership Week 3 match between Arctic Foxes and top 5 Rocket. As we do see these teams make their way to this first midpoint. War, take us there.
So DD5F is going incredibly deep. Like my note, that's for a different story. Gets taken out by Callback straight away, who just goes in for a fat counter jump to make sure they get the player advantage, and at the moment top 5 are pretty much bullying them out. Callback again, he's doing one of those fancy jumps that I spoke about where he jumps in but then he fakes it, much like my fiance does every night.
Well, we do see Callback though getting picked up. So there's only one pick actually for top 5 Rocket during that mid. I mean, there was a lot of aggression from top 5 Rocket, but right now Ubers will be equal. Ombrack has a slight advantage, but probably won't be able to do anything with it, as they're just going to hold the second point.
Yeah, this is one of the stalematey situations. We might see like a sack for enough class, but Adam is sort of pushing quite aggressively, so there might be, and I'd expect an occasion where this might be picked on, but it looks like top 5 are wrapping for a sewer push.
Yeah, they're looking to go right now. Medico kind of poised to maybe jump in, create some space for his team. As Korvac is actually coming in here through this choke area. It's a lot of damage on him, might actually go down. He gets taken out by the scouts of Arctic Foxes. We see Neo as well taking a lot of damage. He might be caught in here, but DD5F actually gets picked up. A couple of weak players actually for top 5 rocket, as Ombrack does use the Uber. Medico probably will get caught out here, and he does, as the Uber comes in here from Arctic Foxes, and they're probably just going to be able to take this mid.
Yeah, Blade is already wrapping around for the back cap. It depends on if they're actually gonna try and commit to this. It looks like it is. Korvac is on his way as well, so we might see like a balls deep block here. Korvac is just arriving. He gets on it.
Ooh.
And they get it.
They actually get that. The gimmick's already started. War.
No spawns either. This is
depressing.
Round. No, it's not. It's an incredibly happy situation.
No.
For top 5. For Arctic Foxes, that would be very upsetting because if I'm honest, they played the situation through stopping the top 5 push through sewers very well. They got the early force off. It was just that they just got caught out. Nobody went sewers. Blade just wrapped around and pooped on them.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake there. But here we are at our second mid. Both teams trying to exchange some spam here on these crates. Phelan taking some positioning on these blue crates, trying to get some spam off. But Korvac has made a huge jump in. He's trying to get onto Raptor, as Raptor is actually really weak. No Frysk happening right yet, but Raptor anti-D quite weak. But top 5 rocket a bit weak here in this behind these blue crates, and it's not really great positioning as Neo really weak, trying to get in here onto Raptor. Korvac actually getting picked up as well, but Raptor actually gets taken down from Blade there in sewers. As top 5 rocket might be able to play the heals here, but Medico quite weak, but they seem to have the heals to be able to win this.
They really need to make sure that Ombrack's well protected, but I said that he just Ubers, which is kind of what Arctic Foxes want anyway, so it's a win from them from an unfavourable situation, but it's Korvac. I'm probably like, fondling his balls a bit too much, but on that mid where he does the double jump up, he just launches like a perfect rocket on Raptor, takes him really weak and gets some spam as well, but he just completely diverts. He just drags the attention onto him and he just falls back and just gets healed up and goes back in. So they're really sort of having a tough time on sort of really and it's like you can't really deal with him because he's not committing. It's just a really well-timed distraction for his team to just lay some spam. So again, we're in this incredibly defensive situation.
Oh.
It's Uber versus, actually, to be honest, they did have a bit of an advantage on top 5, but there's no need to push it. So I'd imagine that we'll maybe see them sit here and wait, maybe force Arctic Foxes into a play.
No,
maybe they're doing
Neo.
that by killing Neo.
Yeah, the only saving grace in that mid was that Ombrack was forced, and they did actually manage to equalize the Ubers. Right now, a lot of spam actually happening on these soldiers of Arctic Foxes. Is the demo map for Arctic Foxes actually getting picked up there. That's really bad.
Feeling went down to like 2 HP. He got launched in the air, and because he was tanking the heals, Adam then started moving forward and died.
Well, Korvac and Blade actually are in this IT area, trying to maybe create a bit of a distraction here, but Raptor and DD5F here on the sewer area. DD5 gets picked up actually. Uber has been forced out here from Raptor, as the rest of top 5 rocket are in this sewer area, but he actually Medico gets dropped there from Ombrack's Uber. They will clean off Psychus and Choke, as the rest of Arctic Fox is kind of taking positioning here in this rollout.
Yeah, they're missing 2, so I'd imagine Adam's like being incredibly aggressive through 1. Korvac has literally just taken advantage of that and just completely wiped him out. So again, they're just, every single time there is a moment of a player overextending on Arctic Foxes or being sort of alone, isolated on the flanks, then it's just immediately focused and taken out. They're really exploiting these things. So Adam's going to have to really make sure that he sticks with his team as much as he can. But the initial play from top 5 was really good to try and force without having to Uber. But then they got forced themselves a little bit later anyway. But they'll be happy with this. We might again see a whole suicide. Oh, DD5F has got Spy!
Oh, well, we'll have to keep an eye on this. But I think, War, you're pretty good at casting spies, so I might let you just take this.
And DD5F, he is currently sitting in the spawn room and he's just checked for all of classes. And he's gone back to Soldier.
Oh, that's disappointing. But for now we do see top5rocket just kind of peeking into this lobby area, so just trying to do some spam. The Ubers are equal. The teams were arrow building, but both Ubers pretty much coming up at the same time. But Medico actually getting picked off there by Shocky in lobby, and that's not good. As Feeling kind of poking in here, maybe seeing if he wants to go in. I think that was Horback falling quite weak. But Archbox is in this lobby area right now. Might look to push out of this. Medico will be back up soon.
It's interesting to note as well that Feeling does run shotgun pocket, which is I like it when people run shotgun, but the problem is that you obviously do take a lot more damage and you do need to tank some more heals, so you have to have a soldier that will completely nail those meat shots.
Oh, and Stefan has gone spy war.
Oh my goodness. We see him in lower lobby. He's having a little push out. He's got Ombrack in his sights. You see, you have to whisper during these moments because the players could hear you.
Yeah,
whilst that's happening, Raptor does get forced. This is the perfect play because now Stefan, calling it now, he's going to get 2 backstabs. He lines him up, but he falls back. And he's running at Ombrack. He runs at him.
That was
straight line.
That
was upsetting.
For Shocky. I mean,
that could have worked, but unfortunately, Callback did actually make him force Arctic Foxes. So it was kind of the pressure was on because you don't want to have a spy in that situation, and they push in anyway.
Yeah, well, top5rocket are bringing the Uber in here right now. Bit of time on point actually, as this heavy is coming out here from Stefan. He's going to eat the sandwich on the point when he gets picked up. There's a lot of frags here happening for top5rocket. Because the rest of Arctic Fox is so weak, they're just going to be able to clean them up and take this second round for it.
That is a brave play from he was just like, you know what, I'm hungry. I cannot continue this fight any longer without getting me a delicious chicken and chicken salad sandwich. So that's what he was doing.
Yeah,
but it didn't work out. It would have been good if
it
did. Yeah, good call. He satisfied his hunger. Callback as well was jumping in to counter jump DD5F. Though he is a little bit weak now, he does actually succumb to the full damage. There's a lot of aggression from Arctic Foxes this time, with Callback's relentless pressure at the start, knocking him down to like a really weak HP to take him out straight away. And that is all done for Arctic Foxes, and they're being incredibly aggressive, poisoning themselves on second already.
Yeah, what went wrong there for that mid? I mean, like the Demo Man and of course Callback for top5rocket went down pretty early.
It looks like he messed up his jump.
DD5 actually is in onto Ombrack. He gets 1 rocket and actually gets air shot, I think, from Namtak, and will get cleaned up. And I see Shocky actually.
There's only 4 up. I hope they're going to push out on this. It looks like they are, because this is a perfect situation when people send 2 players. There's some stickers on the point. Medico and Ombrack are on the right side, just trying to get them through. They do get sort of like just an exchange. They've had to flash once as well. Callback has just dived into their choke to try and stop any pressure that comes from it, and they just leave, which is good. That's to be honest, that's obviously not a favourable exchange at the end of the day, because they would like to retake second, but for them to just sort of like see that Callback didn't get anything out of his aggression, to just fall back is good.
Yeah, it might be. I think it's a bit too risky to push into second. I don't know how that thought though, as actually, well, GD5F is in right now.
Oh,
he actually
my
picks up
goodness.
Ombrack after getting air shot. I can't believe he got away with that. As the rest of Arctic Foxes are actually just going to back out of here to second and probably get the Uber. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's oh god. That's
Yes.
like maybe what is second frag of the game?
And it was the shovel.
And it was a shovel.
It's good to see that so early on, only 10 minutes into the game, already bringing out the shovel kills.
The EU gimmicks.
The EU gimmicks are happening right now. As you see, Arctic Fox is actually coming in here to this right side. We'll take that in a sentry gun as the Uber has been popped here. Psycho's actually getting dropped in the middle of that, and Namtak caught out so weak. Will get picked up actually by Shocky. Vaccinator actually doing a good bit of work, as Arctic Fox is kind of weak here as Callback tries to jump in and get some damage. He's actually done pretty well as he gets cleaned up. Neo should be able to do something here. The heavy is still up, doing a lot of damage. And these players are so weak for Arctic Foxes as Neo catches a pipe on the point, and it's just Ombrack and Blade alive.
Got 2 spawns now.
As they do have the spawns coming in right now. Shocky is behind in Panic Cream. I'm not sure if he's been spotted, but last push has been going on for about 10 years now, whereas They're still in, trying to get this get this to
The
work.
fists are out. The fists are out from Blade. He tries to eat a sandwich as well, but unfortunately he's allergic to mayonnaise and he does die.
You tried to eat the sandwich there, but it didn't work. I think Arctic Fox is actually now just going to stay in
They've
this
got the
lobby.
gamers. Ombrack is dead as well, so it's 2 seconds, but they're really taking his time. Ombrack's not going to spawn, so this might actually not work in their favour. He's got normal minigun though, he hasn't gone Vaccinator. He's arrowing Neo, trying to keep him alive by injecting what I can only imagine is heroin. And they've done it.
Yeah, well, whoa, GD5F getting destroyed. Wow, that was...
I feel like this has gone on for so long, the game should end now.
Yeah, I couldn't make any sense of that war. What happened there?
Everything happened.
Indeed
And
it did.
ultimately, there wasn't any point presence from Arctic Foxes. I really feel like in a situation, actually there's no point because they're recontesting, DD5F goes on for the shovel, but it does get taken out. These are some of the things where it's like, maybe you shouldn't go for the shovel and use your, you know, explosive gun.
Well, this is GD5F we're talking about, or this is the man for the shovel.
Yeah, but
But you raised a good point, as...
yeah, when you just fucked it, you kind of like, just go, alright, I will not try the shovel for this.
Maybe not.
You know, I think it's sort of like, it's in a critical time. You kind of really could do with that medic pick. So, just, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that last push, I think there's situations where the last push goes on for quite a while. You're not really achieving anything. You need someone to get onto the point because it caps really fast.
The sodas of Arctic Foxes are in though. GD5F getting picked up again. As feeling quite weak, backs out from sewers, so nothing actually happening from there.
Yeah, it's but yeah, they really need point presence on last because it caps, I think, as fast as Badlands used to. So as soon as you get someone on the point, it forces everybody to just jump onto it to defend it. And they didn't have a demo man up either at quite a few points, so they really could have done that. Feeling jumps in to try and take out Namtak. It might go the wrong way though. They do actually get Nuba Force out as well. And it's exchanged by Ombrack, who has to flash Neo because he was weak.
Yeah, Psycho's in here really weak. He's actually behind Namtak. Actually, hasn't gotten taken out, and he's kind of made some space here for his team. As Namtak gets picked up, Arctic Foxes are just going to get in here, and Neo's so weak. Along with Blade, he's just going to back out to lobby, and they managed to get the positioning to just force top5rocket back to this lobby area.
Yeah, that was a beautiful push by Arctic Foxes, to be honest. When Feeling went in, he just sort of rotated into top PC, and DD5 was there as well. So if they had any players, that would have just taken like out a player from top 5 out, but there wasn't any there. They've equalised it now. There is actually a small advantage for top 5 as well, but I don't think they'll be aware of it. It just seems to be a case of they were healing weaker players for longer, so it's not going to be anything that they can really act on. But yeah, the push on second was very well done. They didn't really lose. I don't think they lost any players. It was only towards the end when they try and push into last that they lost someone. So it was a very, very well worked push. Blade has gone spy to check any off classes, and you will possibly see that Psychos has gone sniper, who is making his way into lobby.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Will he be able to get any sort of angle? I mean, the Ubers are up now for both teams. Blade actually as well has swapped over to sniper. Adam Rasak actually peeking over this right hand side area of lobby. All of Arctic Foxes just in lobby trying to get some space for their sniper to make a shot, but Ombrack is positioned fairly well here. Might be very difficult here for the sniper to get a shot here, but
Blade is sniping as well. He's a lot more aggressive in lobby, so this is pretty decent. Korvac goes in deep and takes out Adam. I believe he sort of knocked him from the ceiling and he fell. Well, he died from fall damage.
Yeah, and sniper actually going down there as well. But Korvac did get picked up in that as well. But the spawning Devon man won't come in for Arctic Foxes.
Blade's got spy.
Oh, the spy play.
Oh my goodness, what knife is he running? The big earner, or the speed boost one, and the cloak and dagger. He's through lower lobby. He spots the medic.
He's in.
He's being patient. This is a patient play. He sees him. He's just got him. He's playing. He's uncloaked. I think maybe it's been in an audible position. You can see Feeling. He gets.
He actually picks up Feeling. GD5 is going down as well. I'm not sure where that was, but
they do force the Uber, but they get 3 frags from it. So that's a good trade in my opinion.
That's. I mean, what do you think of running spy out of mid? Is that too risky? or
To be honest, I think that's probably one of the best situations that you could place by, because it's you're not really committing anything.
well, Arctic Fox is actually just coming into this IT area, and they pick up Ombrack in second, and Namtak as well falling so weak, and he actually gets picked up here by Psychos. Blade as well trying to run and do something, but gets picked up as well, and there's so many frags here happening for Arctic Foxes. It was a really good repush through IT.
I don't know, that was really bad. Like, they just seemed to come out of bottom PC and they were completely caught off guard by it. Medico does try and sort of delay as much as he can on Spire. Callback is going to go in as well. Ombrack has spawned in time, but there are just too many people on the point for him to thwart. So it's 2-1.
Yeah, that was a really good repush actually from Arctic Foxes getting on the round. So we are here 2-1 to top 5 Rocket. First round on the board for Arctic Foxes as we're here at our 4th mid fight. As Adam Rosek's fairly fast, Korvac as well, maybe looking to steal a health pack, but isn't able to, as the rest of top 5 Rocket taking positioning here close to this blue crate. And Blade actually gets picked up by a spam pipe from Adam Rosek, and Korvac, very weak, will have to back out, and this isn't looking very good for top 5 Rocket War.
No, it seems like they just seem to suffer and just catch every single bit of spam that they possibly could, which is not good. That's not how you win mids. You have to dodge that spam and hit them with your own, but they're going for the counterplay. So DD5S is going to go for a balls deep jump, spots Ombrack in top PC, and he gets taken out. Like, he gets proper smashed, but it's very, very unlucky. He does get like a really nice rocket on Ombrack first as well. Just one more moment left alive, he would have killed him. Korvac goes in for the counter sack.
Yeah, well, it wasn't so much of a sack. He actually just got picked up before he could make anything happen.
Yeah, but in that situation, you just say that was a counter sack, you know?
Yeah, well, Raptor and Feeling trying to make their way in here. But Medico and Ombrack will be able to put some spam here, as Feeling picks up an Amtac actually. But we do see Anorexic and Psychos going down. It's a pretty scrappy fight happening right now, as the Uber has been actually popped for Arctic Fox's Medico going down. But Ombrack will still hold his Uber charge.
Yeah, this is really good. They've only got 3 players. They should have counted how many people are falling out PC, because they should just be able to flank him straight away. Korvac is going in deep. This does leave Ombrack alone, and he has such a force. So I'm not really too sure about that, but it worked. They got the Uber. Well, and they got mid, but they didn't have to Uber for it. It's a trade that's okay. There is a bit of an advantage for Arctic Foxes. I'm not sure if it's enough for them to feel confident about making an opportunity of it, as we see both teams are arrow building, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
Arctic... No, wait. Top 5 aren't.
Yeah, I think they're just... Actually, they might be, but yeah, that was like the only saving grace there. Ombrack getting forced, so... Raptor will be coming up in his Uber charge pretty soon. Ombrack as well. As you said, there will be a slight advantage, but...
they're going to have it to retake it anyway.
Korvac getting smashed there, actually. Medico will have to back out with the rest of his team. So they will actually take mid without even using the Uber.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they want to retake this, if I'm honest. And there's no point in your way if you don't force them. They're going through PC. This time they have been called, so they should just take a soldier duo fight, and Seekers gets dropped. Psychers, Sukayas. So Feeling and Raptor are going to have to try and make their way out through choke, and Adam gets hit with a pipe, but he was overhealed, so luckily he didn't do as much damage as he could have.
With the big flank though, he's onto Raptor, picks him up, surely we'll get the down man as well.
Oh, slammed.
Well, D5F and Medico at mid here, as Shockey's anyone alive in sewers right now.
That is a fat flank, that is. Stefan's left alone in sewers in a 1v1 versus Korvac. He wins it!
The pistols coming from Shockey, I was pretty sure that Korvac had that in the bag.
I just saw it through the wall, like, and I heard them, and it was just like, Korvac's like on 150 or something. It was like, there's nothing to worry about, and then he just seems to drop.
Yeah,
so, oh my goodness.
Shockey still has it, I guess, and top 5 Rocket can look to come through this PC area, but has been spotted by Shockey. Still gonna go with this.
Cycles has gone sniper as well. He's in lobby, but they do Uber early regardless anyway, so I think this is just sort of like a way of taking position.
Well, DD5F is actually behind, trying to start a back up on mid. This might prompt to the push here from Arctic Foxes, but Shockey goes down actually to Blade and Medico.
To be honest, they know they have a disadvantage. I'd expect them to just try and kill DD5F. Well, they know where he is now because he's just standing still in choke, and Ombrack spotted him. So I'd imagine that we might see someone try and go for the back cap. I think that would be like honestly the better thing that they could do, because they just kind of want to really test Arctic Foxes to see how they'll react to it. They're poised to push out from. It looks like they want to go from top lobby. Actually, it looks like they're going to go from lower with feeling.
Yeah, I mean, they have quite a good advantage. They can take their time, but they actually do use the supercharge right now. Ombrack actually has managed to get out. Nothing happening actually from the supercharge. No frags have happened, but Blade seriously out of position there, and lobby gets picked up. But Ombrack will be coming up on a supercharge any second now.
Yeah, this was very well played from top 5 anyway. I would have liked them to just sort of try and go for something behind, but I think they feel more confident on just forcing them and retaking it, which they are doing. They do Uber out of lower PC. There are 3-4 people in front of them. There's just a couple of players left behind. So they should be able to get these few frags, but I do believe someone escaped, so yeah, they've only got one frag from it, so it's nothing amazing. This is just a situation that's just going to be recycled again, because Arctic Foxes are going to get Uber now as well.
Yeah, and it's a big enough advantage, and they should know that they do have a big enough advantage to be able to push with this. I mean, as you said, like, that Uber for top 5 rocket wasn't the best. They are like hanging around this one area. They will be walking in right now. So does the top 5 rocket trying to put some spam here, but they don't have the Uber, of course, so they will just actually be forced back out of choke.
Yeah, it's they get it for free, so they're not really sort of in a bad situation. It's 99% on Ombrack. He does to get it in the nick of time. Feeling overextended gets taken out as well, so that is 2 picks to the side of top 5 now. Raptor, Stefan and Adam are left stranded on second as they quickly try and get out as much as they can, but there's only 3 up. They get in 1 spawn. I don't know if they feel confident enough to just try and maybe push last, but I mean, the Ubers are kind of equal anyway. Callback's going in far right, so it looks like they are going for something.
The spawners are actually in. We see that heavy being run there by Psychos, and Blade gets picked up. But top 5 rocket, not really. They're kind of hesitant, and they actually have opted to just back out here. This lobby area. That it's a bit of a hard push, I suppose.
Well, if you're trying to go for an on-loop push, it's always best to just go from far right, because most times if they have a sniper anyway, there's enough cover there for you to really just hide and just sort of waste time. If the sniper goes out of the right door, then he's easily spammable. Stefan's gone spy. I don't know if we'll see the same kind of play as he did last time. Blade's gone sniper. He doesn't want to go for the sniper frag. That's an easy pick.
He wants that juicy Ombrack pick, doesn't he?
Yeah, he wants to go for the big play, the one that's going to get him into Beta's season 26 highlight video.
That's what every Prem player hopes for.
Yeah.
But Stefan taking his time trying to get behind right now, trying to get some positioning. I mean, top 5 rocket don't seem to expect a spy right now.
No.
So Shocky is in a really good position.
It depends though. If their comms aren't bad, you can always hear the spy on cloak. I find it very surprising how many teams get caught out by a spy in these situations, because you can normally hear it. So he's just playing patiently. Neo is sort of running around looking like he's looking for a spy, or he's just looking for trouble, or he's just being a scout.
I mean, is spy the correct play here from Shocky? I mean, if he gets picked, it could all go wrong for Arctic Foxes. They could go another round down. But
they're only 1 round behind, so it's worth going for. However, his team does force Raptor, so this is now the occasion where they need to get something out of it. He's just going back now.
Yeah.
So that's actually really good. Sometimes some players will just kind of like stick with it and try and make the most of it, but no, he just backs out. Feeling does get the force off. He's in top PC, so he'll probably get picked up at any moment. They get DD5F as well, so again the situation's kind of equalized.
Yeah,
so,
but I mean, Psycho's peeking from rollout with heavy. I mean, I don't know if they want to push with that. But,
classic.
I see top 5 rocket in this lobby area. They're looking like they want to go in right now. Namtak and Medico putting some spam here. Psycho still running that heavy. They are managing to get here onto this last point. They just need to put some time on it to maybe bait some players.
Yeah, they're doing it. Players
are
sort of hopping around on it. He gets so much time on it. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, at the end of this, if they don't make it successful. If they can get Ombrack out, then I reckon that this is like a really, really good thing for them, because Blade's going to spawn up in 3 seconds. They're only going to have 4 people to push out. The only problem is that they're going to be at a massive Uber disadvantage. Actually, this might not sort of be favourable at all now. I kind of feel like they lost too many. There was a point where they were hanging back in, and they were sort of overstayed their welcome. But going for that play is really good. You kind of just want to go for a non-committal push onto last, and you can do that on process. It just seems most teams don't realise how fast the last point caps.
Yeah, well, I mean, 4 minutes left here for process. I mean, do you think this is the time when they can start running down the clock? Maybe run like a heavy or some gimmicks?
Yeah, Blade's gone spy, so this is actually something that's going to be quite surprising. You don't normally expect a spy in this situation, because you would normally expect him just to play safe. He knows where they are. He's going for Raptor. He goes for this dive. He completely misses the stab.
Yeah, he just messes that up.
Yeah.
Blade will go down.
To me, it looked like he switched before he actually stabbed, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like he had the back of Rapture, but apparently not, as the Ubers are actually traded in this choke area.
It's really, really bad from Arctic Foxes. So DD5S is behind. He walks into callback. Yeah, they got forced really early, and they were trying to do something out of that. There are only 3 left now, so Seekers is 18 HP. He's now running back with Raptor, so he's going to be safe. They're going to get spawns all together in just 1 second as well, so this is actually kind of okay. But starting, being sent back from where you started from isn't going to be brilliant, because now they're going to be really pushed for time. For them to push all the way to last, I think at this point it's like the only thing they could hope for is a draw.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering the Ubers are equal now. I mean, Arctic Foxes are going to be feeling the pressure maybe to do something. And this, they could make a mistake, and this could maybe be another round for top5rocket is feeling, and his medic looking to come out here through this shutter. Taking a lot of spam though. Psych is still in, trying to do something, but they're just going to not really be able to do anything.
I don't even know why they were peeking without Uber anyway. I think they were just seeing if for some reason top 5 were holding back into their sewers and just going, please come in. I know we're French and we're finally role-playing it properly. Especially as some Arctic Foxes members are German, but, it seemed to be kind of pointless. They're lucky not to lose any players, because Psychers was like 4 HP as he exited. So they're going to go through 1 again with both scouts. No, sorry, I can't see Feeling. So yeah, with a soldier and a scout. Blade is in rollout. So if Feeling's being completely distracted by it, and he's taken it upon himself to go for it, Raptor just gets forced through 1 as well. So yeah, this is...
Yeah, really poor Uber for Arctic Foxes. Neo actually getting picked up from Feeling. But I mean, Ombrack still has this Uber. Like, Arctic Foxes is going to have to go for this, and they do. But Feeling will go down. I mean, Psychus is still in here at second along with Chucky, but they probably can't do anything here. I mean, top5rocket could go at this, but I mean, it's just Feeling who's been taken down. I mean, it's a minute left. Chucky though, so he gets picked up. DD5 are trying to go and trying to do something. Nothing will actually happen for Arctic Foxes right now, but Corback getting a good bit of damage onto DD5F, and we'll pick up the frag.
Yeah, this is garbage time. Stefan is called the GG. They have surrendered. There's another World War II reference in there, but that's too easy.
Yeah,
but yeah, I kind of feel like as soon as that push out from 1 with Feeling, as soon as he turned around from that scout, it's like that's it, that's done. Like you really have to be a lot more forward thinking. I know they're already trying to do the impossible, but when you sort of think that you should be turning around to go for a scout that's just going through rollout, you're really sort of not setting yourself up for like a good push there. That is your your Hail Mary push. That is your be all or end all, and as soon as you Uber, you decide no, we have to turn around. It's a bit of a yeah.
Well, we'll see. Process.
My prediction was pooped on. It was almost 3-1.
I mean, it was close. They nearly had a third round, actually.
Yeah, and I was right, so,
Are you actually good at this game?
No, don't be daft. All the good players left. There's no need for me to try.
Well,
where are the fat logs?
Yeah, we should take a look at some logs.
So, I don't have the direct links, so I like to search for them, and I found them.
Yeah, the logs should be on stream right now. I mean, the first thing I see is Feeling doing quite a lot of work for his team. But I mean, the combo of top 5rocket, Medico, and Namtak putting out big numbers as well.
To be honest, if you're getting majority heals and you're also soloed in most of the Ubers, you kind of expect that amount of damage.
Yeah.
But to be honest, that is like not really a good representation of the situation, because some of the Ubers from him were very, very questionable. So yeah, and if you look at the damage that was taken from him, he took 300 damage per minute.
Yeah. The
so
soldiers
he took more damage. Yeah, he took more damage than he did, which is
yeah. Well, it's a good observation.
DD5F as well with 133 damage a minute.
That is fat for a soldier.
That is fat for an AFK player. That is.
That's fat for a shovel player.
That is 133 damage per minute than an AFK player.
Indeed.
So, yeah.
I mean, I would like to point out Ombrack and Raptor. I mean, pretty low deaths actually for both these medics.
To be honest, they were never really. It seemed like most of the time that neither of them were really sort of like the focus of any situation, which is good. They were both doing very well on sort of not making themselves an obvious target, if I'm honest. Like, they both played very, very well on like equal terms, because obviously the death count would be a lot higher if they sort of gave themselves the opportunity. I mean, especially for Raptor against the soldiers from top 5, he did very, very well on not sort of really handing himself on a plate, which I feel quite a few weaker teams will probably have ended up doing. So he did have a lot of good positioning. That would have probably been helped by, being following feeling around. But yeah, ultimately I kind of feel like the soldiers from Arctic Foxes are sort of showing a lot weaker, especially when you see Callback play and what he does on Roma versus what DD5F does.
Yeah.
Like, Callback uses himself as a distraction. He makes space for his team without committing himself. So yeah, I mean, Feeling was using shotgun as well, which is brilliant, but the amount of damage that he actually does isn't really sort of. Actually, I mean, he did okay damage, I guess, but it's not like TLR at I series kind of low damage.
Yeah.
So he did enough, but it's just like just him tanking all the heals. Just seems really, really like poor, I would say. Like, you don't need to sort of be that selfish in like those critical situations. There will be like situations where I felt like they could have just Ubered a scout in, which should have been a little bit better. I feel like they should really use Adam a lot more, because he's got like some really good DM. He may not have like the best decision making, but if you have like a demo that's really able to put out the numbers, you should really try and make as much use of that as you can. But yeah.
Well, I mean, take a look at the logs on stream right now. Some kill differentials. Neo seems to just be destroying DD5F that game. Blade dying a lot to Adam Rasek, and yeah, I mean, DD5F like just seemed to die too much, and I mean, we saw him a little bit trying to go for the shovel plays. I mean,
it's mainly because the scouts have his number. I was saying at the start about it kind of depends mainly on scouts hitting their shots, and obviously soldiers, doing good enough jumps. But I kind of feel like with how Feeling and DD5F plays, it seems like they try and pin everything on DD5F to sort of get a force out or something. So that's why it's got like so many deaths, because it's like, hey, you need to go in force, you need to go in force, you need to go in force. Whereas there's nothing wrong with sort of getting your team into a position where you can all collectively force and not commit into it. Like, you can all sort of throw spam at the medic, you can coordinate the spam with both of your soldiers and your demo man to just try and get the easy force out. Whereas it seems like on for Arctic Foxes, there will be occasions where Feeling might jump in to just go for like a simple distraction, and then DD5 will go in, but there isn't anything else to sort of help with that distraction. There isn't any sort of like push to draw the attention from other players.
Yeah, I mean...
This map's going to be a 5-0 to top 5.
Oh, wow, well, that's a bit of a bold prediction, but here we go. Both teams have readied up. We are live on Reckoner. If you're just joining us, it's ETF2L Season 26 Premiership Week 3 match, top5rocket versus Arctic Foxes as we make our way to this first mid-fight. Ombrack a little bit faster here than Namtak, but Arctic Foxes taking some positioning on this right-hand side as Namtak actually taking a lot of damage right now, getting up in the air. Like, Shocky just wants to go in for that, but Neo just cleans him up as Ombrack taking so much damage actually from Feeling, but Feeling falls very weak. Medico getting picked up as well. This is not looking very good for top5rocket, but they do manage to actually maybe force Arctic Foxes out here.
Yeah, this is... Feeling tries to go in, goes for Ombrack, misses one rocket, misses a second, but yeah, he gets a third. That was really good. They are going to get mid, but I'd imagine that Arctic Foxes will retake this as quickly as they can. They are going to be sort of helped with a couple of forward spawns for top 5, and I believe Ombrack's going to spawn a time. Callback is going to spy. Now this is one of those plays. This is like a good situation to go spy.
Yeah, we'll have to see how...
I'm predicting it right now. He's going to get a 6k. You're going to watch it.
Oof, 6k on spy, I don't think I've ever seen this where... Well, he's in good position here. Like, the Arctic Foxes really just don't expect this. I mean, what team would expect this? As Corback is moving in, he's uncloaked, he's right on the back here. He hasn't actually been spotted yet. He could, well, he doesn't manage to... Won't be able to pick up Raptor as they do.
He's now one of them.
Yeah, he doesn't manage to pick that up as the Uber does come in. 85 got coming down, but Ombrack actually getting picked up by Feeling. So not looking very good here for top5rocket. Medico going down, Corback's still on spy. And they will actually just make their way back to this last point.
Yeah, he's lucky. Yeah, he's swapped off. That's what I thought he was.
I didn't see a 6k there, War.
Sorry, I meant next time.
Oh, right, okay. Well, we'll mark that for next time. But right now, we do see Raptor with the sizable advantage over Ombrack. Neo up on Engineer. We have the off classes coming out, Blade on Heavy. But they're just, Arctic Foxes are just happy to build this here at second. We'll actually have a sizable advantage to go with, so just trying to peek their way into lobby, see how they can go about this push.
Yeah, that was, actually I don't think I'm going to have time because they're going to Uber anyway, but, you know, I'll reference it later. Maybe I've got time. There's Vaccinate from Ombrack.
Well, there is, as we do see the Uber come in, essentially doing a bit of work. Demoman trying to spam that down. Ombrack hasn't been taken out yet. The bullet resistance has been put onto Blade, but he actually gets picked up there from Psychos and the Demoman. So the soldiers of top5rocket falling very weak, but they will manage to actually go get some heals. The Psychos gets picked up by Namtak. And Raptor's so weak in this lobby area, along with Feeling. I mean, this could be really good here for top5rocket. And Ombrack will be pushing out of here with the Vaccinator. They will pop this. Feeling getting picked up. Raptor taking so much damage, then Adam Rasek actually getting picked up as well, gets caught out.
Oh look, DD5F tries to go in with his shovel, and he fucks it.
I think we've only seen one successful shovel from him, and that was last map when he picked up the medic.
Yeah, but DD5F, he got his shovel.
Goofy plays from DD5F.
Wow.
I say plays, but plays normally are successful.
Yeah, but that was. This is going to be the problem now. This is like the tilt mechanic when people run Vaccinator outside of last, and then you're a demo man and you hit them with a pipe and it does like 11 damage, and then you cry yourself at night. But there is a really awkward situation as top 5 have gone under and behind.
Oh, what a play! Is they're going to get time on point here? They're going to have to come back. D5F getting picked up. Psychos is on sniper. He's back in lobby, so they may as well be a man down. As Shocky tries to go in, the Vaccinator has been popped here. And, well, Psychos gets picked up, the Uber charge coming out of Arctic Foxes, and Corback's so weak, will manage to pick up the pack here in choke, but, I mean, Adam Rasek really weak, but Medico is behind, they kind of surrounded them. This isn't looking good.
A nasty sandwich, oh my goodness.
Wow. The frags, all of them died in the span of about a second, whereas they will just look to come in here to mid. It's just DD5 alive, but we do see Psycho spawning as well on heavy, but it's not looking too good here for Arctic Foxes.
That was... Honestly, that is the dirtiest thing like I have seen today.
Yeah, I can't believe that worked. They just took the Vaccinator underneath.
To be honest, I don't think it was purposeful. I kind of think that they were expecting them to just sort of like I don't know, maybe they must have heard him, because it makes no sense as to why you would go into a player that has Uber anyway with Vaccinator, so maybe it was the greatest play ever pulled.
Maybe it was, but here we are at a second mid fight. Shocky trying to go in and gets demolished by the soldiers, but I think that's Meiko really weak, will manage to stay alive, but Namtak gets picked up by Feeling. But Neo getting 2 frags there. I mean, Raptor falling very weak, same with his down man. Korvac is in, will get actually picked up from the arrow from Raptor, and looks like top 5 rocket should be able to get in here. I mean,
Neo is chasing
Neo is on the chase,
hard.
and he will just take down Raptor. That's a really good mid for top 5 rocket.
Yeah, that was... Their mids have been really good. On the previous mids, even though they technically kind of lost it because they lost Ombrack and it got retaken, but it just seems like they know exactly what their plan is on mid, because they always just seem to have like a default setup or like a default strat for it, and it's really good because it just means that all their players know exactly what each player is going to be doing and what to expect. And even now we see here how they know they have a huge advantage, but I just saw Blade who was just like hanging back for a bit, and it's like he's just sort of positioning himself so if a soldier jumps, he's in like the perfect position to try and buffer him.
Well, as you
when
say
he tries
that,
to jump.
D5F actually gets behind Ombrack, but Ombrack will manage to pop this Uber, but Namtak actually does go down. It will still try to take this in. Sentry Gun has actually been built here for Arctic Foxes and the Heavy as well. This is the Vaccinator up for Raptor. Fail push here from...
That was actually a really good play though from Arctic Foxes, just giving DD5F a bubble so he could just go in and just try and get onto the medic. That was really good. They do lose 2 though.
The soldiers from top 5 rocket are just destroying Feeling and Adamastic actually.
And they've not got the sentry up on last either, so they really committed for this push out, and it might go the other way, although they do have Vaccinator and some bubbles to spare. Blade does try and get onto the point by himself, although he does get met shot by Stefan.
Yeah, I mean,
and they've lost 2, that's it.
Yeah, it's 3 down for top 5 rocket. I mean, they weren't able to go with that. I mean, I suppose it was a good call to try and go for that push, but it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, they keep their Uber, but they are going against the
bubble power
DB5F. Wow, it doesn't work again. Who knew that using your rocket launcher would have better results? Thinking.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate for top 5. I wouldn't say they were out of position. They were just kind of like incredibly surprised by the sudden push out from the Vaccinator.
Well, Ombrack is still well, he's just going to come up here now for top 5 rocket, but Neo has opted for that sniper. I'm not sure where he's positioned right now, but probably will have to pick up Raptor. I mean, what do you think about this running the sniper, trying to pick Raptor as he enters mid?
I think there's... I was about to say, I think it's a very good choice because he's going to drop Raptor, and he did.
Well, you'll be very right about that, as Raptor actually does get picked up. So this is the cue here for top 5 rocket to go do something right now. But D5F will, well, get caught here in this lower area, and they will just make their way into second. Feeling's trying to get in here, but actually just gets annihilated there by Medico. Korvac trying to peek into this lobby area. Like, well, that was a really good play there from the sniper. That just turned it around for top 5 rocket.
Yeah, that was to be going sniper on mid in these in that position is really good anyway, because if they push out from toxic, you've literally got like the best angle you could ever ask for. But yeah, he was able to pick it out without that anyway. Yeah,
well, they will bring the Uber in here. Psycho's still alive. They do actually have the Vaccinator. Sentry Gun is up actually for Shocky. Will be taking down Korvac, and Blade goes down as well to the shotgun of Feeling, and top 5 rocket just going to back out here again.
Yeah, it's the Vaccinator which is causing them problems. They did try and sort of, well, the problem there is Seekers has actually taken a really good position on the heavy, just standing on the barrels. Ombrack is getting caught out by DD5F. He uses his rockets. He does it. That is beautiful rocket usage.
Yeah, and he will look to come in here to mid. He's actually gotten behind now. As the rest of his team looking to come in here. Korvac though is hiding right now.
Oh, he's using his rockets again. He like, it's like they're good.
Yeah, I mean, well,
he uses rockets to get a second kill.
I think rockets have more DPM than the shovel, but we'll have to see about that.
We need Gentleman John to run the maths.
Yeah, we'll have to get him on that. But yeah, I think it was Korvac. I think was in on mid trying to get a pick out of Raptor. You got him very weak, but actually was just successful and just got taken down. But Uber will be up here for Raptor, and they have 50% advantage. This is a good opportunity here to go.
They got a heavy on top 5. I don't think they got. No, they are sticking with the engineer. They do believe that they've got a little bit of time. It's only going to be level 1. It's going to give out a little poop poop before it ultimately gets taken out by a sticky bomb. And the Uber's popped quite early. They haven't got any players from it, and they are getting absolutely mulched. The health after that, I think from the players that weren't Ubered, was just dropped. And as soon as the Uber went out, that's it.
And I mean, even Feeling, who was the main Uber target of that, God, he took so much damage. And I think this is one of the examples from, I mean, as we were saying after the last game, Feeling taking so much damage, but he's taking so many heals for his team, so that maybe just failed to push there for Arctic Foxes.
That was yeah. I feel like maybe on these pushes, it's kind of clear to me that they don't really have like a thought out objective as to what they're going to do with an Uber advantage. I feel like they didn't really have to Uber that early at all, because it's only like a level 1 sentry. I might have missed something. They might have been heavily harassed by someone that forced them earlier, but I kind of felt like it was a bit rushed. They should really just be looking to take position on last and then looking to take into a fight to Uber. But I mean, they know they didn't have Vax either, so again, that's something that just works in their favour, that they can just use. Yeah,
I mean, well, Arctic Fox is looking to get in here. DD5F using his rockets, but still will just get destroyed by Neo and Blade. I mean, Korvac trying to put some spam here onto these flank scouts, but right now they're just going to be exchanging some spam. Nothing actually happening after D5F did go down.
Oh man, he just hit a nice rocket on them both. They're both like under half. That made my pickle tickle.
Well, yeah, we do see Arctic Fox is still just holding here. I mean, the Ubers are equal. There's not much that they can do. They don't really have any sort of advantage to push on. And I don't see any off-crosses coming out either.
Yeah, I think this is... I'd imagine we might see top 5. Just wait for Arctic Foxes to take something and maybe wait for a DD5 F Force.
And, but the soldiers of Arctic Foxes
a feeling throw. Oh, hello.
Okay,
Arctic Fox is trying to resolve the world hunger's problem by feeding.
Encore back in as well. Really good play. Actually gets the force out of Raptor there. But he will go down. But I mean, Ombrack still has the supercharge. Has taken a lot of spam. But Arctic Foxes don't really have the position to do anything here. So they're just going to back out.
Yeah. There's always something that's also really good for you bad players out there. There's always a scout that is incredibly close to Ombrack that is just staring at him, as if to say, I'm here, buddy. If you want to get out of here, you and me can get out of here together. They are pushing through under, which is a bit risky, but DD5F just get taken out. So they have got a nice player advantage. We can see Ombrack as well. He just hangs back for like an extra few seconds to see if there's any soldiers that are going to try and jump in on him. So that's like a very, very nice small tidbit of...
Well, quarterback as well, picking up Psychos with some really nice rockets. I mean, it's 3 down for Arctic Foxes, but they do have 2 spawners. And Ombrack will have a supercharge ready. I mean, they want to go right now. Korvac is in. He's on top of Demo Man. They're trying to get some damage out. His Blade is in here as well, but he will take a lot of damage. But Adam Rasta getting picked up, followed by Feeling. As Raptor so close to his Uber, he's on like 95. Will he get taken down? He might be able to pick this up, and he actually will. This might save it for his team. There's a lot of weak players. I mean, Korvac getting picked up there as well. But I mean, it's just 3 alive for Arctic Foxes right now. Medico trying to do something, gets taken down so weak and will get picked up.
This is very, very awkward. They had the players, but the Uber just went on for too long. In those situations, I always feel like that the Uber just lasts forever. Like, you know you've got the force out of them, you know how long the Uber lasts, but for some reason, at that moment, the Uber lasts for like about a minute. It just seems to always happen. I reckon Valve have secretly just put in an update, like the less players you have alive, the longer your Uber lasts.
I'm not sure about that, War, but we'll have to check into that. But top 5 rocket actually have managed to get positioning on second. Korvac kind of leading this charge here into this lobby area. D5F has gone lower. He might be able to get behind. Actually, he hasn't been spotted. It's just Blade capping. He might be able to delay this. It's a good first rocket onto Blade, but won't be able to pick it up as he actually gets cleaned up here from the from Medico on top 5 rocket, and Feeling taking a lot of damage as well. We'll pick up weak Korvac, trying to get that back into the lobby. I mean, it's just 3 alive for top 5 rocket, and they're quite weak, as Arctic Foxes surely will be able to get in here. Psycho's trying to get some damage out, but he has taken a lot of damage. Will get picked up, but I mean, Ombrack trying to get... I mean, Feeling was trying to get onto Ombrack, but he got cleaned up again by Medico and Neo, who were just doing so much work.
I kind of feel like in that situation, the shotgun is kind of showing how detrimental it is, because he was only really, I mean, he rocket jumped and he was like weak. You know, if he had gunboats, he would have probably been able to do a second rocket jump from where he landed. I wouldn't have to like rely on, you know, like 40 damage.
Ombrack is in though, and he's onto Raptor. Will he get the rockets? And he actually will pick up Raptor. That was a super bomb there from Ombrack.
I think that was like a skip jump off the ramp in lobby. That was...
I mean, I'm not sure, but Medico looks like he wants to take the super in. Psycho's taking so much damage that Heavy's not going to work out here for Arctic Foxes. TD5F is behind onto Namtak. Won't be able to pick up the frag just yet. I mean, this is looking pretty good here for top5rocket. Adamrasek and Shocky here on Medic, which is strange, but will get picked up, and Raptor won't be able to do anything.
I'm sure it was a rule once upon a time that someone else or another player cannot go medic if your medic dies.
Yeah, I mean, Arctic Foxes ran this last week and I saw them and I didn't know that was alive. Or, I didn't know that was allowed.
I remember a rule at one point, it probably got taken out, but I'm pretty sure you weren't allowed to swap out to medic.
Yeah, well, we are here at third mid. Shocky trying to get in, but he takes so much damage, he won't be able to do anything now. As the rest of Arctic Fox is taking positioning on this blue crate, Stefan getting picked up finally from Medico. The soldiers of top5rocket actually though making really good aggressive plays here on the left side, as they will pick up DD5S. Psycho's going down as well. Ombrack will get picked up finally. Falling so weak and will get cleaned up by Blade and Neo. But actually, I was to say that Medico, is that Medico? I think he's so far. How does he actually get that?
That was that was central. That was a really nice rocket. This is I feel like this is the moment where I kind of feel like the inexperience of some of the players in Arctic Foxes is kind of showing. Where I'd imagine that a few players on Arctic Foxes have ideas, they've been in this situation and know how to play it out, but a few others might feel a little bit start feeling a bit demoralised. Stefan's gone spy. Strange choice, but the Uber has been used in here for picks up the scout somehow. I mean, Medico's doing a lot of damage here onto these onto Adamrasek and Raptor. Raptor picks up the kill onto Medico though, and Shocky just going to be pressuring the scout of Neo, who will get picked up actually. Alright, that might have come straight out of the Arctic Foxes playbook, where Stefan goes spy when they have full Uber and are immediately pushing into last. Yeah, Raptor has the 52% bubble status. Well, Blade is actually gone behind. He's maybe looking to go for the back gap, but he's just going to come back and trying to get onto Raptor here. He hits a fat meat shot onto Raptor. Will he be able to clean him up? He doesn't look like he will be able to. As he goes down to DD5F. He literally just dropped Psychers. Like, he was standing right next to him and the soldier jumped. He put on explosive resistance, but he didn't swap to the scout that was all alone and didn't have the bubble. So that was a rare misplay from Raptor, to be honest. He's still on Vaccinator as well. I mean, Blade, run on that spy war. Oh, tasty. The only sort of problem here is that, I feel, for top 5 is that they know that they have like full vax. It's like really not appealing to push onto this, even if you do have Uber. Because you kind of have to play everything perfectly. Where is the spy? Oh, okay, he's on last. Well, that's that feeling. Prompt. Actually, no, sorry. I was feeling it tight. Okay, never mind. That's going to be making everyone go defensive. Blade is creeping up. Yeah, he's trying to get in position here behind Raptor. It doesn't look like they are expecting a spy, but I think he think he knows. Psychos knows. He just did a little bit of a 360 no spray zoom. Yeah, Raptor. I feel Blade should possibly go for the heavy instead of the medic. I mean, heavy's maybe a hard pick though. He's in the corner, but he's got his back turned. You know, he's looking forward. Yes, but he's going for it. He's going to go. Oh wow, he got him. Oh. He actually gets Raptor. That's so unfortunate. Saturn Rusta goes down as well to Medico. Neo picking up Neo. The Uber has been used in here. Psycho's heavy, taking so much damage. It's just feeding Stefan. Won't be able to do anything. Well, as I say that, Medico goes down. Namtak getting picked up as well. But Korvac falling so weak. Oh my goodness, gets picked up by I think that was DD5F. How did they mess that up as Ombrack tries to get out? I don't know, but I just saw Stefan swap to scout, come out of spawn, get launched all the way over the other side of the map, and then he comes back in and he has his Boston Basher out and he just starts hitting himself. I was like, that's not how you do it. Well, Blade actually has brought everybody on Arctic Foxes behind.
DD5 getting picked up as well. So, I mean, he will just, I suppose, keep the situation the same. I mean, Uber is more or less equal. Raptor will have this advantage. Or is he running the vaccinator? He is actually still running the vaccinator. They're looking like they want to go maybe through shutter area. They're kind of hesitant, just waiting around lobby.
Yeah, there was it was still good from the Sollies on Arctic Foxes, who like pretty much stopped that by themselves, I feel. But it's again the same situation. The whole situation's been equalised.
Well, DD5F tries to get in, but gets just picked up by Namtak stickies.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think one pick is enough to make their way into lobby, or
against Vaccinator? I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, top 5 know how to play with it, and they'll probably know how to play against it. But it's
I mean,
it's not enough because obviously they're only 2 rounds up. They're not in a situation where, you know, it. I would, to be honest, I would just do it. I would just be like, yeah, we're going balls deep. This is boring. There's people watching. Let's give them something to look at. But we're back in the situation. No, it's there's no off classes. Although DD5S, they go for the bubble pop. Neo gets taken out, and there's some follow up spam on that, so that was pretty decent. But again, it's not enough.
Yeah, I mean, Arctic Fox is still looking like they want to maybe do something here, but I mean, Ombrack did have a good surf after DD5F tried to go in. Feeling probably will get picked up. He's so weak. Surely he won't get out. He gets picked up by Korvac. Psychos is well quite weak in the lobby area. I mean, it looks like top5rocket want to go with this now. But I mean, Raptor still has that vaccinator. And they are just looking to push in here through this top left. Ombrack kind of pulling his team in here through this entrance. Medico will get the Uber charge. Namtak coming in through this main area. DD5F getting launched in the air. Psychos just eating a sticky here from Namtak. And I mean, they're just going to get the point.
Yeah, they I think Raptor used 2 bubbles, like I don't know if you can stack the bubbles, but it looked like he did. But yeah, they ended up rotating through spawn, and as soon as that happened, they just someone on top 5 just got into the point, which is like absolutely perfect because now they're like insanely pressured and literally have to jump out of spawn straight onto the point, which is not good.
Yeah, well, here we go. 4th mid, late, and I think that's Korvac behind here. Namtak, I mean, Namtak gets picked up, but Korvac is in so deep into Raptor. He's onto Raptor, but won't actually pick up that frag. And Medico trying to do something, but will get picked up. He's so weak. It's just Blade in here.
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate because there were so many people that were weak on Arctic Foxes, but nobody could really hit the final shots.
I think Blade actually just got picked up in lobby from a spam rocket. I'm not sure about that, but
classic.
He just got taken down. I mean, it's 2 down here for top 5 rocket. This is a good opportunity for Arctic Foxes. Is Feeling plants a really good rocket onto Ombrack. The counter Uber will come out actually. Arctic Foxes.
Feeling is again, he's so weak. I don't know if this is like either he's calling the Ubers late or Raptors like Ubering late, but like I feel like if you just Uber early, you get the force. You might have been able to do something at the end of it. I mean, you're losing 3-0, that's what you need to do, but they had to sort of like jump back and get to the health pack. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but again, he's now really weak again. He's running gunboats as well now, so it's not a case of shotgun. It just seems like he's just taking so much damage at the start.
Yeah, do you think this is the problem for Arctic Fox's Ubers? Is that Feeling is just taking too many heals?
I think it's just, I don't know.
Oh, I was to say that Feeling has just jumped in. He's trying to get onto Ombrack. Ombrack still alive.
Oh, he didn't have it.
Picked up. He didn't have it. He gets picked up by Adam Rasek with a huge pipe. Blade trying to do some work here. He's still alive. He's heavy. Getting taken down finally. So many weak players here for top 5 rocket. This could be around here for Arctic Foxes. I mean, Namtak and I think that's Medico is a quarterback. He's
they've got
trying to do
for 5 more seconds, so this is really good for them. That was really well timed, to be honest, and really ballsy as well. That's like what they really need to be playing on. Like that was like 98%, I think Ombrack was on. So yeah, that was so close, but it was really well played to go for that fight straight away.
Yeah, ended up taking their first round of this map, but we are going to our 5th mid war. Take us there.
They're going to mid.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Players are on there. Neo and Blade have like the best position at the start because they're both sitting on the bridge. It's going to be a trade of the right side for both teams. DD5F tries to go for what I could only imagine is a jump. Those are the kind of things that I do in a jump map. He shouldn't be doing it on this map. Adam is kind of alone on the left. Korvac is jumping in now with Medico, and it looks like they're going straight into the meat grinder because those are 3 frags, 4, and they are now just 2 players running away, and they are just getting completely mulched. I don't think... Nope, they did not lose a player. Neo is absolutely going to town. That was 4 frags.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that was 4 frags, Neo. So much work for that mid-fight. Very convincing.
To be honest, both of the scouts are just completely plowing into them, and look, they are, oh my goodness, that's quite aggressive. They are ready on last. They're going straight through. They are not waiting for the vaccinator bubbles. Psychos gets taken out straight away. Stefan goes down. I would imagine that they jump right. Medico's going for it. They're getting onto Raptor, who's popped a bubble, but he does have explosion resistance, and he's being thrown around like a ragdoll, and that is another round. So that is incredibly quick. That is something that is going to completely poop on your team's morale. You just get around, and then you just get completely slammed over the next.
Yeah, I mean they just converted that from that excellent mid fight. But yeah, we will be here at our 6th mid. Adam Rasek a bit faster than Namtak this time. Korvac running at this left side along with his team as Artifox has kind of matched their rollout. D5F has tried to go behind, hasn't actually been taking any damage yet, as Freedom trying to make a jump here onto Namtak, but will back out as Korvac trying to go in for something, but he actually just gets picked up as well. Medico going to follow up as well, but he doesn't actually get anything done. I mean,
this is a situation where they have to really go for it. Blade does get feelings, so that's kind of equalised it a bit. Ombrack is slowly making his way out. Okay, that was really good. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Blade was in, but he picked up, I think, feeling, but then he just goes down himself. I mean, I think it looks like they might be able to hold a second. I mean, they do have spawners alive.
I think maybe the fact that they managed to get out of that situation with 2 classes that can jump onto them is quite... Like, what? That shouldn't really happen to me.
Yeah, I mean, as we do see Artifox coming in here to do this choke, Uber will be popped, Korvac getting launched in the air. It's a bit of a better Uber here for top5rocket. DD5F taking a lot of damage. Will manage to get out. Nobody actually, no frags for either team during that Uber.
It was a lot more... To be honest, that push was good. Adam's trying to go in to try and make some plays, but yeah, he just gets caught out. He doesn't really have the full support of his team there. I really do feel like they should really be utilising him more, but...
Laid onto Raptor actually, and it looks like the rest of Artifoxes are just going to get mulched.
Yeah.
Psychos and DD going down.
I believe we might have entered garbage time.
Yes, yeah, 3 minutes left. I don't think it's possible.
This is the time where it's all said and done. Stefan is in forward spawn with the sniper rifle.
I mean, Ombrack positioned behind the shack though, so Shocky might not be able to get an angle here, but they will be able to take this. No one actually spotted Shocky in forward spawn. Finally, actually, I think he has been spotted by Korvac.
Yeah, he opened the door. The silly bean.
We'll just back spawn now. But, okay, Uber been popped. I didn't actually see that in lobby from Ombrack. Neo going down as well. Adam Rasek and Psych is trying to peek on this right-hand side area as the rest of his team are in lobby with this vaccinator. I mean, Ombrack caught out. Surely gets taken down. Korvac as well. Blade onto Adam Rasek, though, and... this combo is from the back out this, and it's actually going to war.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, it is surely dead time now here. War as they take another round.
I believe it is confirmed. I mean, you never know. There might be a chance that they can get 4 rounds in 1 minute and 50 seconds, but I don't think it's going to happen personally. I think the chances are slim.
I think top5rocket would all have to press their kill binds right now for that to happen, but yeah, I mean...
And then maybe switch to blue.
Yeah, perhaps. And add some time to the server, but... Yeah, wow, what a... I mean, you actually said that before. You said 5-0 for top5rocket. It's
I've been, on both my predictions, I've been 1 round away, you know? So, first round, I said it was going to be 3-1, it was 2-1. This time I said it was a 5-0, and it was 5-1.
It's 5-1, yeah.
I am a person that predicts shitty esport games.
I think you're the best analyst caster that has ever played TF2 or...
I know.
Do I even need to say it?
That's... No, my mum told me that. Like when she watched me. I sent her my a show reel of my best moments that I made myself.
Well,
she said,
yeah.
wow, that's very good, Christopher.
Yeah, well, I mean... as we said, dead time. It's 5-1 here. They're just going to bring in this final Uber to see if they can get a 6th round. But yeah, I mean, wow, such a dominating performance from top5rocket. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting a very close game, but I mean, Arctic Foxes just weren't able to really get anything going on Reckoner.
I was expecting it to be a slam. So yeah, this happened as expected, I guess. I think when I kind of feel like Arctic Foxes ran out of ideas in the Arctic Foxes playbook. They didn't really have much to go on. I really do feel that they are not really using Adam to the best of his abilities. I've already got the logs up, so spoiler alert, it doesn't look nice at all. There's like what, almost like a 50 kill difference.
Oh yeah, I mean,
between them.
I mean, like, first thing I notice is just these soldiers, especially DD5F, dying so much. I mean, getting all those heals, maybe you'd expect him to take less damage, but I think he took the most damage out of his team.
Yep, again, he almost took as much damage as he dealt, but he did he did do 5 more damage a minute.
Yeah, but Medico coming up big, 27 frags, 400 DPM on Soldier.
It was, to me, the differences are day and night in between some of these Uber exchanges.
Yeah.
As I was saying, it seems to be like a massive example of feeling being incredibly weak at the end of these Ubers, and at the start it just doesn't. When these Ubers happen, they don't seem to be giving themselves much to work with. It's like they're just force themselves into a horrible disadvantage at the end of every one that they take. So they've got nothing to do apart from just go back where they started from. Like they can't re-push on it or anything. Whereas with top 5, the Ubers seem to be a little bit more thought of. They seem to have a plan every time they do something. When they Uber, what their objective is, what they want to do afterwards. Whereas for Arctic Fox, it's just like give feeling heals.
Yeah.
Would do what he does.
I mean, I noticed during Reckoner, at least, like, top5rocket were more like they were just able to, like, they had just some playmakers, you know? I mean, for example, Neo dropping Raptors, he was trying to get into mid there, and again, Neo, I think, picked up a 4K at mid, you know? They just have these players that are just kind of able to just kind of get the frags, just go hit 10 shots in a row and just, you know, win it for the team.
Stefan and like Psychers and Adam are perfectly capable of doing that. I just don't feel like they're getting enough of an opportunity to do these things. I feel like Feeling is tanking a lot of the heals during these more critical moments when these players should be taking a few more, so then they can like be used in these ways. Like Neo and I mean, Neo has like a large amount of heals. I mean, he's a pocket scout, but Blade has a lot more heals than Stefan as well. So it's like they're really sort of giving them what they need, the tools that they need to sort of, you know, they're literally giving them their tickets and taking them to Pound Town. But I mean, Adam's got 6 frags. I mean, he's got a lot of DPM, but to me that just says that he's not really being utilized well in the Ubers. He's not being given the ability to, you know, after the fights, to be given the heals to clean up players. Like in those situations when there's like there's no Ubers but you're still fighting, you really want your damn man to be getting some of those heals so then he can move forward and just bash on people and get frags. But it never felt like that was happening. It just felt like the whole game, everything was just pinned on Feeling doing something and creating everything. It seems like that they just play like he has to do everything, but he doesn't, because he has great players with him that can, you know, take some of the pressure off and do stuff themselves.
Yeah, I mean, looking at these logs on stream right now, I mean, mid and second for top5rocket just so dominant, and I mean that might be attributed to just the I mean, Adam Rasek dying quite a lot. I mean, top5rocket were just so coordinated. They were just able to win team fights so, dominantly, really.
But yeah, Blade getting 8 kills on Adam, which is, to be honest, I wouldn't say he had a bad game. I don't think he was the problem. I think it was just mainly the way that they were playing was the problem. Because I mean, yeah, if a scout's able to get onto you that many times and he doesn't get fragged and nothing really sort of comes from it, then to me that's not exactly a problem with you. There were a few times towards the end where he did overextend, which is fair, but he you want to try and make the play. But yeah, it's I mean, this stat is really interesting. 40 deaths during Uber. 15 kills post Uber from top 5, which is just like really good as well. But I'm not 100% sure on that the stat of deaths during the Uber. I'd like to know more as to how that's calculated. Just saying vaccinated doesn't mean shit, Gemm. Like, brilliant vaccinator. Yeah, unless those were like, when they ran vaccinate as well, but I'm sure top 5 did quite a bit, especially during the first part of the map anyway.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of vaccinator, I think like Arctic Foxes used it pretty well in their last defenses, but I mean, it just didn't end up working for them.
The thing is, I think in those situations though, when you're on last and you don't think you're going to get Uber because you're always against like a medigun and you're at a disadvantage, you kind of are forced. I do feel though there were quite a few times when he could have probably swapped out to go for normal medigun. But yeah, the thing is, those are like the decisions that you have to make and ones that you learn from in the future, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, well, really.
We have a nerd in here as well.
Ah, yes, Ombrack has graced us with his presence.
He expects us to interview him.
Get out of here, Ombrack.
Hello, Ombrack.
Hello.
How are you today?
Really good.
How do you feel after that game? Did it go as you expected, or
Not really.
did it go better?
Pretty much better because we won like by a good margin on Reckoner, but we were expected like to win process kind of easily and then to struggle on Reckoner. The opposite happens for some reason. I can't really tell why. I think it's the first time we win Reckoner in all PSWs and stuff, so good timing, I guess.
What do you think was the standout from your team as to why you did so well against them?
It was Neo, by the way.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No.
Yes, it was.
Let him answer.
I think we had really good meets for once. Which is usually we have really bad meets. We lose kind of every one of them. But tonight I wanted my team to be aggressive, to walk on point, to don't stand and choke and get spam. So that thing went well. And we knew why they were good. We knew they rely a lot on feeling and dizzy. And we knew if we could shut these two down, especially feeling, we'd had a way easier game. Because their demo is good, but he's not a playmaker. He doesn't create room for his team. Feeling does, and if you can shut Feeling down, you win pretty much every team fight.
Nice. That's a good answer. Was there anything that you sort of like, especially on Reckoner, you said it was going to be closer. Was there any sort of thing that you guys felt that you suddenly did a lot better? You said mid previously, but if you thought it was going to be a lot closer, was it just how your team played the map in general, or were you just on fire?
Neo and Medico had a really, really good game, looking at the logs. And we knew how they play mid. Basically, we knew how they play, and all we needed to do to win was like to counterplay them, to understand how their team works around their med and their demo and feeling. And we had a good game, but not as we were on fire. I think we were good because we came prepared. We knew exactly what we had to do, and in the end, it just worked out.
Have you been watching demos? Have you been
Yes,
watching?
we did.
Oh, there you go, guys. The key to get good is to try. More news later. So that's how you win games. You actually try. So that's good. I like people that are keen. I wish my teammates were keen. But yeah, I don't have any more questions. You pretty much gave all the answers. Frysk, do you have any?
I don't think so. I mean, yeah, I think we've pretty much analysed as much as we can.
Yeah, this is. Thank you for giving me proper answers on Ombrack. Those were actually really nice. It's better than what most people, they just go, we did right. Yeah, someone pounded. So yeah, like your next games. Well, actually, looking at your overall season, you did really well against Champ GG. Like obviously, you gained the most points out of it. What are your thoughts throughout the rest of the season? I mean, you've got 3 out of 6 next, which will be easy. Nunya, which is, and you've got 7 coming up as well. How do you fare against them?
We've played them in our warm-up before this game. It was okay on process, but then we got rolled on Reckoner. So like 7 isn't the most important game of the season. 2 most important games were Arctic Foxes and Champ. Hopefully we won both. And now we just have to do... The remaining games aren't easy, but we are the favorites on this game. Versus Arctic Foxes, it was okay, pretty much the same skill level. Versus Champ, I think we were underdogs. And now we are second of Prem, something like that. And we should win the game, but should isn't enough, we have to. So I think we just keep on doing what we have done so far. And then see how we fare against 7. The game versus 7 is just bonus. Like, if you can hold them, okay, it's cool. It shows that we are improving and stuff. But I'd rather beat Nunya than beat 7.
Okay. I mean, now you're going to be sitting on, 16 points now? So that's going to be 2 behind 7. Obviously, a golden cap loss against Champ sort of equated to that. It's pretty much going to be set in stone that you guys hit playoffs anyway, because there's 2 teams that have no points, 1 team that has 1 point, and Low Panda. So unless they do something spectacular, which is all very possible, do you think you guys can sort of get to an even better level when playoffs come around for 7?
Yeah, hopefully. Season... I don't know. First, I wouldn't say Elpender is a bad team. I think they are going to surprise more than one again, and I'm looking forward to our game because it's not going to be one-sided, I think. And how many teams are in playoff? 4? The 4 first?
Yeah, I think it's 4.
Okay, so hopefully we are already in the top 4.
I think it's pretty much secured that you're going to be in there, unless. Well, I think the only team that can contest the top floor now is probably Low Panda.
But yeah, if we can do second of Prem, I think we only have 1 game, 2 game in playoffs. So
playoffs of double elimination.
Oh
now.
yeah, right. Okay. So I think we'll just see how we can avoid 7 until the end. Yeah, and I think it's by being second. So if we can go second, because they're gonna be first anyway, unless we upset them so very hard in our game, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So hopefully we can be second, stay second, and be confident enough. We have a lot of room for improvement yet. Blade is his first season with him, so we still lack some chemistry or mechanical stuff that should be settled. We have to work on a lot of things, but winning versus Champ, winning versus Foxes, it shows us we're in the good direction.
Nice. Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time and your answers. That was very good insight. I don't have anything else. Do you, Frysk?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Excellent. So I guess that's a wrap. This has been... do you want any shout-outs on Ombrack first?
Shout-outs to my team for letting me be keen while they play pugs. Shout-out to Arctic Foxes for they give us a good game, and hopefully we'll play them again this season, playoffs. Shout out to you for casting, of course, and shout out to the viewers.
Well, that is all from Team Fortress TV. I've been brilliant. Frysk has been alright. Gemm's just been absolutely awful. Do you have any shout outs, Frysk?
I'm gonna shout out Classy and Bizzetto and the lovely viewers at home. Thank you.
No one cares about Gemm shout outs because they can't hear him anyway. So shout out to me, my Twitter and my stream, and shout out to you guys at home watching video games. You bloody nerds. That has been all from us. I hope you have a great evening. Have you cut it, Gemm?